Alright guys, I wondered we're back today. I'm in Cades Cove in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, and we are at the Primitive Baptist Church in Cades Cove. I'm going to show you the church, a little bit of the cemetery, and give you a little bit of a history lesson. Absolutely gorgeous church, guys. You can see the fall colors in behind the church. It's still got the bell in it, guys. I'm assuming it actually still works, probably. I'm not real sure, but this is the Primitive Baptist Church in Cades Cove. You can see the cemetery out back and the little building here. Really nice, guys. Really pretty place. Alright guys, we're going to come across here. I'll show you the Primitive Baptist Church here in Cades Cove. They've got a little thing here at the entrance of the cemetery beside the church. I'll show you that. Cades Cove Primitive Baptist Church, organized June 16, 1827, guys. So we are going to go and I will show you the inside of the church. Alright guys, we're here at the Primitive Baptist Church in Cades Cove. I'm just going to show you the front of the church at a better angle, and we will get ready to head inside just in a minute. Absolute gorgeous fall day. It's about 80 degrees and the leaves are turning, and got plenty of nice colors here in the mountains. It's always beautiful down here. It don't matter if it's summertime, it don't matter if it's fall, spring, winter, it don't matter. It's just always beautiful here in the Smoky Mountains. So we're going to go in here and check out the inside of the church. Alright guys, now we are going to head into the Primitive Baptist Church here in Cades Cove. We're about to fall up the steps trying to go into the church. And I'll show you the inside of this church. Guys, look how big this thing is. Absolutely gorgeous. Really nice place. Very, very nice. Huge church. Very beautiful church. It's actually good and cool in here today. It's a little bit of a cool morning, so it's not bad. And guys, if you'll see this in the ceiling, right here on the floor, I'm sorry if I dropped that quick, there used to be the buck stove right here for this church to heat it back in the day, guys. So that is gone now, but it used to be here. Really nice, guys. Guys, you can see the old benches here in the church. You can tell what they used to be. They're quite old, really are. But they're still usable. So we're going to take you up here to the pulpit, guys. Show you that area. I guess this here on the side used to be, I'm assuming, the choir. You got your Bibles here laid out on the pulpit area. Really nice looking church, guys. Alright guys, that is the Primitive Baptist here in Cades Cove. I'll take you out here just a little bit to the cemetery and show you it before we leave the church. Alright guys, we're going to wander out through the cemetery just a little bit, just show you the cemetery here at the Primitive Baptist Church. It's a pretty large cemetery, actually. Back in the day, all your cemeteries a lot of times was in behind your churches. Like I said, it's a very warm, beautiful fall day, guys. Oliver on that one. I'm sure most of y'all have heard of the Olivers and such in the Cove and the Great Smoky Mountains history. I've never heard of the Myers. I've heard of the Sparks, because that's a really gorgeous tombstone. The Randy Myers has the eagle on it. It's really nice. That's a newer one by far. 1851, 1914. See that? 1851, 1914.
1828, 1900.
1828, 1900. So guys, this is a very old cemetery, but there are still some newer graves in the cemetery. The families of today versus back then that are still using the cemetery. It's still used. You got one from right here, Russell Gregory, 1795 to 1864. Guys, that's way old. Founder of Gregory's Bald, about 1830, murdered by North Carolina rebels. Interesting, guys. Very, very nice cemetery here, guys. Some old graves and some new graves. Some old, very old graves, 1700s. But this will be an interesting one at nighttime. Guys, back here in the woods, in the cemetery here, there is some older graves. You can see there's just a rock to mark it. So you can tell that's a very old here at the Primitive Baptist Church Cemetery in Cades Cove. Guys, I'll show you from the back view of the church. You see the colors in the trees, guys, the fall foliage. Very, very beautiful. There's a squirrel running down through here, guys. There's plenty of squirrels I've seen today and heard. Not seen no deer, not seen no bear, but we might get lucky later on and see one. Oh, I see the squirrel down there now. Guys, you got a lot of old graves that's outside of this little walk path back in the edge of the woods area of the cemetery that's just marked by rocks.
I never saw a marker like that.
No, I have not. But that one is from 1948 to 2013, but it's a definitely different tombstone. Never saw one like that either. Guys, as you can see, the old part of the grave side here in the cemetery, this is very, very old. You can tell how just the rocks and such.
Maybe. There's a lot of olives. Yeah. That was that cabin in the valley. Man, you can't miss your
Guys, this is a pretty good sized church. Primitive Baptist, guys, here in Cades Cove. Alright, guys, that's going to conclude the cemetery out back. And we're going to go do a little history lesson for you. Alright, guys, we're here in Cades Cove, Primitive Baptist Church. I told you I was going to give you a little bit of a history lesson on it. Cades Cove Primitive Baptist Church. Cades Cove Primitive Baptist Church was established June 16, 1827. The church met in members' homes until October of 1832, when a meeting house of cured logs was built. The current building we see today replaced the log structure in 1887. So guys, that's just a little bit of history lesson. That's about all I could really find on the Primitive Baptist Church in Cades Cove. Not a whole lot of info, but a little bit. So guys, I hope you really enjoy this beautiful church and the cemetery that it took you through. Cades Cove is always beautiful. All the churches, all the cabins, guys, and all the animals. Normally, which is full of them normally. So guys, the Cades Cove Primitive Baptist Church. If you like this vlog, also give it a thumbs up. Ring the bell if you're new here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so far. And also, we upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Guys, if as long as you are subscribed and such, that will keep you up to date for future videos that we put out, so you can stay up to date with everything that you want to see. So guys, Primitive Baptist Church, Cades Cove, Wonder Wheels signing off.